type.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Finally got a short sleeve shirt on, Jables. Whew. It's been a while since I had a short sleeve shirt. It's been a while. There's nothing like...
Since I haven't worn a coat. Go ahead. I had to add it because I'm here too.
Well, are you? Are you? I think that's what you need to ask yourself.
Here too. No, go ahead.
Sometimes I feel like I'm Demi Moore and you're Swayze. Are you really here? I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, no, you definitely feel that way.
Yeah, I can't.
And I know that.
I can't feel you. I can't feel you behind me.
I try to not talk, but you keep talking to me. So,
I know.
Listen.
Producer of the year.
Yeah, I'll just sit here and look stuff up, but you keep fucking looking over and asking me stuff.
Glass ceiling. Glass ceiling broken, shattered. Shards of glass everywhere.
Don't tempt me with a good time because I am ready to party.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna dedicate this show to someone. As you know, we have a PO box. People send in all kinds of awesome shit from all over the world, literally all over the world.
Yeah,
we've gotten stuff as far as Ireland, South Africa, Japan. This one is coming from Hawaii today.
Hawaii.
David David Boonell and the fam. They sent our fam a whole bunch of stuff, and I got some of this spicy ramen. He says it's the spiciest in the world.
Oh.
He says it's the spiciest in the world. I'm looking forward to this.
I've always been on a journey for the spice. Like, I love the spicy ramen.
I know you do. And then we got this coconut tree here. This is a baker's brittle. I know you're going to house this after the show. It's a nice brittle. You have a sweet tooth unlike any other.
Unmatched, unparalleled.
But David Boonell also sent some child's toys. Like,
what?
It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So we had a good time. We had a good time with all of this stuff, and we're super appreciative. If you want to send in anything to the P.O. Box, it's P.O. Box 3793, Wilmington, North Carolina, 28406. We're happy to have it on the show because we've gotten so much cool shit. And the reason why is it's important to experience, in my opinion, what listeners are having and find joy in their lives and their parts of the world, and then they can share it with us and we can talk about it.
Or their bologna sandwich. You know what I mean? Like,
we've gotten barbecue sauces, Changos.
Yeah.
We've gotten you name it across the board. Meats. Remember we got meats sent to us, freeze-dried. I mean, we've gotten everything.
We've gotten
from different parts of the world that we might not never try.
Yeah, we've gotten like grandma's like cobblers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like sent in like Tupper.
Beers.
And we'll eat it.
Listen, for sure.
It's the best way to poison me is to go ahead and send me a sweet.
No, but
I'll eat it.
The beers have been amazing from all over the country, and we're super appreciative. David Boonell, we appreciate it, buddy. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. It could be Bunnell.
Bunnell?
You know? But it could be Bunnell.
I like Bonell.
Boonell. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. That is what I'm going with. James, how do you feel about Channing Tatum getting divorced? Oh boy. You thought they were going to make it, didn't you?
I did.
I did too, surprisingly.
I know, because, I mean, when people that good looking, both of them are together, and both are like, she's amazing, he's my hero. So maybe you should be wary of that. When they're too, do you know what I mean? I never talk about you like that.
No.
And nor do you it's never like, she's an amazing angel.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you trying to cover up?
Well, here's the other thing is I don't want that to come back and haunt me later of like, because here's what happened. They announced that they got divorced, why they didn't do this.
Separated.
Oh yeah, separated, and then they're getting divorced. Whatever.
Okay.
The why they didn't do it on a Friday night is beyond me. Announce that shit at Friday night because it's the weekend. Nobody, everybody's going to be watching the Masters. Like,
right.
Why didn't you wait for that press storm to go? Why on a Monday night?
Yeah, so that people can be talking about it.
Poor form on that. You always go Friday night to bury these stories. But I've met them. They had a party at their house, and long time ago, right after their first movie, Step Up.
Okay, so they had just gotten married then.
Yeah. Just gotten married and kind of like just gotten famous, sort of.
Yeah.
And they had a big party at their house. Got to meet them. Super nice. Kind of quiet, kind of dorky, and in a great way, where it was just like they weren't your typical Hollywood people. So that's why I thought they were going to last for a long time, where it was just like, everybody at the house was nice and normal. It wasn't a fucking Coke party. Like, it wasn't something crazy. It was just a nice get together. I think it might have been like a housewarming thing. And great. They were great. So that one's sad. I thought they would last. 'Cause both of them are like dancers too.
Yeah.
That's
both hot dancers that like they
work together. They do a lot of projects together because he's got a production company. He's
a friend of Article 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jared and those guys, and Drinking Bros, and again, great guy. So so is she. I was surprised. I thought that one would have made it.
Well, it's one of those classic. From what it sounded like, it was a classic. Like, I want to stay home and be normal, and you want to have.
Who was that?
Channing.
He wanted to stay home and be normal?
No, he wanted to have experiences outside of the marriage. Whatever that means.
Okay.
Experiences. Like, it sounds like he just wants to like travel and do a bunch of movies and like not be home as much as she wanted him to be home.
Which is cool, but it's like, man, I can tell you personally, knowing his cut just off of Magic Mike, forget anything else he's ever done in his career.
Right.
Just his cut off of Magic Mike, he's over $100 million.
He's good.
Way good.
Way good.
So my question becomes, and we've had a mini debate about this, is when is enough enough, and do you know? When do you know that enough is enough? Somebody asked me this in a podcast interview the other night, maybe a week ago or whatever it was, and they were like, "Hey, what's your end game? What's your final thing? Would there be anything that would move you out of North Carolina? Would there be anything?" And I was like, thinking about it, I've always wanted my own TV show.
Right.
That's been probably the last thing on my dream list of career accomplishments. I want Matt's book to come out. I want my next book to come out, and I love doing this show. I love doing Drinking Bros. The only thing left would be my own TV show, or if somebody offered me the Howard Stern gig. And it paid what Howard Stern got paid. Howard Stern got paid $500 million for 5 years. I would take 100 for 5 years, but
we would uproot the whole family. We would move right to New York. No problemo. I'd do that anyways. I'd push the baby stroller in a with snow.
We wouldn't. Let's face it. We wouldn't be living in the city. We'd be living outside the city in the suburbs. But we'd have a place in the city, obviously with that much money. But that's about it. Where you get to a certain level, like a Channing Tatum, and off air we had this discussion about Chris Pratt, where
so it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, where it's like, all right, great. What do you get out of being in Jurassic Park 9? What do you get out of doing Fast and Furious 8? Or let's say that's something you want to do, right? You get a lot of money, yes, but you already have a lot of money,
right?
So what else is there at that point that, unless it's something so creative and so
that's going to solidify you
groundbreaking,
as the person that you want to be or whatever, and you won't have to work so hard because that's the goal for everyone, right? Get to a point so you don't have to work so hard,
right?
That's all.
Yep.
It's not like I really want to work this hard forever, and I want to do this all the time. Maybe it is with them, but the other thing is, with him, it may just be work. It sounds like he wants to do other things besides also filming. He wants to also like have adventures and experiences and like own a bar in Vegas and like do all these things that she's like, okay, another thing that's going to take you away from the house is what it sounds like.
Right. I don't know. To me personally, like you, if you really start getting down to it, if I'm that big of a movie star, like if I'm that big on the Channing Tatum level, I would look at it like this. If it is not a groundbreaking Pulp Fiction type thing, where it's just a completely fresh original movie that's, you know, that could change lives or something like that. Mm-hmm. What else is there, bro? Like, you know, you can do these action movies. You can play a fucking superhero. But, I mean, goddamn, why? What's the...
I think he loves it. I think he's one of those that, like, loves it.
The power of it?
The, like, even these comedies that he does, I think he loves, like, being funny, too. And, like, people considering him funny in that group. And he likes to be an action...
Here's the thing with that. Doing comedies... And look, I've shot out of the 27 fucking movies or whatever, 25 of them have been comedies. Comedies are 3-month shoots on a studio level. Like on a big budget studio level.
It's a long time.
It's 3 months. Well, it's 5 days a week. So you have the weekends off. Typically, you shoot in LA. If you're a Channing Tatum, and because he's producing all of these. He produced 21 Jump Street. He produced like Magic Mike. All of this shit now he's producing. He can walk into the studio. He's that big of a star and say, hey guys, I really want to do this movie X, whatever that is, comedy. But I want it to be shot in LA. Great. We have no problem with that. There's enough studios in LA. You can get that done.
Right.
You can get all of these comedies pushed through.
Right.
So I don't get it. Like, do 1 movie a year. Shit, do 2. Because you're only acting. Like, and not to sound like a dick, but having just been an actor for a while and then producing all the shit that I start in, like, oh my God, it is just acting in something is, you know, on a studio level, it's kind of like a 9-to-5 gig where it's like, all right, great. It's 3 months. It's not like you're doing, you know, take Crawford on Lethal Weapon. Now that's a 1-hour drama series is a fucking grind. That is 14 hours a day. And that is 9 months out of the year. It's grind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's in LA, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is in LA. But again, the hours that are required in that in the months is 9. A studio comedy is 3 months. That's all it is, Jables. 3 months. So Channing Tatum can do it if he wants to. He can do it. Well, the other people was Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, where there were rumors. Yeah. Well, remember there was rumors about Channing Tatum before, and then it was like cheating rumors or whatever. Yeah, and they were like, I don't believe that. And it was same thing. Chris Pratt first. There's a cheating rumor. Yeah. Then it's like the wife is like, listen, you're gonna be gone this much, and I get fucking cheating rumors. No. Right. You can be gone this much, but I better not be hearing anything. So the Blake Lively thing seems like the same thing, right? Because Ryan Reynolds is same kind of like climbing this weird. He's finding this fame he never had before. I can tell you this personally. Like Ryan Reynolds has always wanted to be the biggest movie star on the planet. And she seems... Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've worked with Blake Lively. Yeah. She is the nicest, sweetest, down-home person there is. And she does not give a fuck. Like, she'd quit, I think, just to have kids and have a happy family. Yeah, and like she'll do one thing. Yeah, but it's one movie, yeah. Man, like just shoot it, get paid. The movie doesn't do anything. It's like the last one was like some surfer thing or whatever. It did. That one crushed. It did? Yeah, it did. And she got another big movie after that. So, So whatever. She can just meters. Like... I know. That's how you should do it. Yeah. Just pop out. She does like one every 2 years. Movie, yeah. Especially when you have family. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, because I've worked with not only her, I did a movie with her sister. I cast her sister in a movie. Her sister's married, kids. Same thing, happy, polite, unbelievably nice. And it's like, you know, what do you do? Yep. What do you, how far do you go? So I think that's the next one. And you get in that, I know, right? It is because it's like, then they stepped out to squash rumors. Anytime you're trying to squash rumors or you keep like, they're another one that's like, she is an angel and she is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And you're like, what did you do? What did you do that you now have to say that about your wife? Because you're not doing it just on your own. Right. Guys don't do that. No. If they did something wrong and they're trying to be like, baby, Yeah.
It's you.
It's you.
You know what I mean? You're the only one.
Love you, Peaches.
Yeah. So that always, for me, is a red flag. And they were doing that a lot towards the end, that Channing Tatum and hit Jenna Dewan.
Yeah. If Ryan Reynolds gets divorced, though, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these two numbers up on the board for you.
Sure.
First divorce, Scarlett Johansson. Second divorce would be Blake Lively.
Right.
Where are you going after? Like, chances are it's you, bud. Yeah.
Because your beards are gorgeous, aren't they?
Speaking about
it's the best beard.
Yeah. Speaking about going to a man, can we talk about the John Mayer thing? He's fucking Andy Cohen, right? Or vice versa at this point. Can we just go ahead and say that?
It seems like it. I know this is a very fringe rumor, guys. I don't know if you're really into it.
I don't think it's fringe, but
I think Andy Cohen in general is fringe, and that's what I've found out.
What do you mean?
That actually Andy Cohen isn't as big as I think he is.
In the world?
Yes, he's not as big of a celebrity as I think he is.
Gotcha.
Or that maybe you think he is. Like, you don't watch his shows, but like,
I don't.
You know he's a media mogul.
Yeah.
You follow his Instagram because it's just like, what the fuck are you up to, Andy Cohen?
Yes.
But I don't think a lot of people know about him. So the deal with Andy Cohen, the gay, like, producer, maker of everything on Bravo. So he is Bravo.
He essentially made Bravo.
He made Bravo. Yeah. He turned it from an opera show, an opera channel where they only played operas and
remember
acting
they
studio.
Did Inside the Actor Studio too.
That was the other first thing, but it was still like not anywhere what it is.
Right.
So he turned it from that to women fighting for money.
To getting on the
paid
Real Housewives.
To fight, yeah. And learning that like that is a
cash cow.
Probably billion.
Yes.
Million, billion, I don't know.
No.
So anyways,
it is a $1 billion industry. The Real Housewives franchise is well over $1 billion. I would venture to say it's probably in the 2 to 4 range now, billion wise, of how much money that's brought in. Yeah. Simply because it's all over the world. So
yeah, and that's why I watch it, for the genius of just the marketing. What? So the deal is that John Mayer, straight asshole player John Mayer, hangs out with Andy Cohen all the time. They send each other messages on Instagram openly all the time. They go on vacation alone, the two of them, to like Bahamas. They're brunching in the same room together.
A lot. Where you're just like, huh.
So have they like done something? Yeah. They both like to drink too, and
I think John Mayer's probably gotten his dick sucked a couple of times.
I think so.
I don't know if penetrations happen, but I think they've probably sucked each other's dicks.
Yeah, because they're both just too busy.
Yeah.
Andy's too busy for any penetration, but he'll do other stuff.
Sure. Does he have a boyfriend, Andy Cohen?
No, he just doesn't.
I saw Anderson Cooper broke up with his, so I was wondering if that had anything to do with Andy Cohen, because they're on this tour together. Yeah, AC Squared.
But they're besties, and they've been known to be besties for years.
Yeah. Well, I'd be shocked if 90s. They didn't take that to the next level.
I'm sure they have a couple times.
I mean, at that point, why not? What the fuck?
Isn't it the same as like men and women can't be friends? Like,
I don't know.
I think it's possible for gay guys like not to be their type. Like, I love you, but you're not my type. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
I think that's more possible in a male-male relationship than it is for men and women.
I don't know. I'm not, I've never gone down that road.
We don't get down like that. We don't have like...
Never gone down the brown road.
I don't have like a male best friend, nor do you, like, we don't, she's my best friend.
I'm a female bestie, that I just... I just hang with.
We don't really do that, and we don't allow it.
Nor should anybody, really.
Nor should they. It's weird.
It's real fucking weird. With that being said, we get sponsors, James.
Oh, that's right. And I did want to do a shout out to a Clayne Crawford event after.
Yes, of course. First up, we got blackriflecoffee.com. They are chief sponsor. You're drinking it right now.
I am. I like to reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, you're big on that.
Huge. You know I love recycling.
Why?
I'm not. I just like a to-go cup. No, I know. I don't recycle at all, you guys. Not at all. I go out of my way to not recycle. Like I will pull bags out. Nope. And I'll put them from the blue into the...
Again.
But I like a to-go cup.
Yeah. Hawking said the world's going to end in 2600 anyway. So I'm not going to be here for that shit. I'm not recycling. But neither does Black Rifle Coffee.
They make it so hard though.
They do. They
like won't take certain things. Everything has to be cleaned out. Like if you made it easier for me, I still wouldn't do it.
Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Try their Coffee Club of the Month program. It's the business. I had 2 cups of it this morning. Killed it. I do. I got strike force in this motherfucker right now.
Get ready for some kind of rant.
Yeah. Black Rifle Coffee is, they're slanging my 2 faves, Just Black and caffeinated as fuck. It's about $4 cheaper than Costco. They got bags as well, K-cups, the whole 9. Their apparel's top notch. Follow their Instagram too. They've got really funny sketches and videos, and they're always giving deals away. Go to blackriflecoffee.com, type in the promo code REVOLUTION for a one-time use of 20% off. Loving the Black Rifle Coffee. Next up, we got Strike Force. You saw me drinking out of it. I got a side bottle down at the... You know what? I'll shame myself. I was trying to drink it in private.
Oh, sure.
Because of what the label said. I'll fucking...
Oh, God.
I'll shame myself.
You guys,
I'm gonna hold this up in the camera. Well, I don't have a choice because it's the only gym down by us. So it's fucking Planet. I'm drinking out of a Planet.
I hate that place
Fitness
so much.
I was
alert.
I'm going to the gym right after the show, and I was like, man, I'm trying to pre-workout up. So I got some Strike Force in it, some grape Strike Force, and yeah, I'm drinking out of a.
The color scheme makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Nauseous.
I don't mind. I'm not going to bag on Planet Fitness. I like it here, the one here at least, because there's nobody in there. So kind of have the gym to myself every day, I feel like. Which is nice.
Not a good sign.
And I like all my shit in there. Well, no, because where I work out down there is like, there's like a lot of people that are retired down there. So they come, I found out they come super fucking early in the morning.
So don't go at 5 a.m. Everything will be taken.
So I went early in the morning and I couldn't get one there was like 80 treadmills in there, all of them going. I was like, oh shit.
The weights are all free.
Yeah. All the weights were free. Treadmills used. And it's all like morning news shows and shit. And I was like, oh, here's what's keeping this gym open. So that's it. The Strike Force is my pre-workout jam. Make America Grape Again. They got original orange and lemon. Let's get the big guy here. This boom 750 milliliter bottle that rests on your bar top or countertop. Just pop a couple squirts in and motherfucking go. Go to strikeforce.com, strikeforceenergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off, and that's good forever. And they ship everywhere in the entire world, which is fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
So super stoked about StrikeForceEnergy.com. Next up, we got StraightRazors.com. Straight razors, always in the biz of it.
That's a clean cut.
Clean cut. Just actually re-upped on my aftershave. Their Smolder aftershave is my jam. Re-upped on the cologne as well.
Cologne. Okay, I saw new cologne in the bath.
I had to get a new cologne. That's Smolder as well. Big fan of it. I use it all the time. I love it. And that's real. And I love their shampoos and conditioners. I use them every fucking day. And they're straight razors. If you're nervous about trying a straight razor, they got safety razors. And if you're looking to get a kit, I would highly recommend the kit. It's a great gift for a dude, a bro, or for Father's Day. Go to straightrazors.com. Support the show. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Last but not least, we got the Caillou app. It's Kayu. This is out. It is free right now. Again, Facebook going down in flames. I know I've said this the last 3 or 4 shows. It happened today. Mark Zuckerberg has got to face Congress and give a live hearing to the committee. Stock market fucking got nuked again today. And it's, I don't know the way out of this, because if they really start digging into Facebook, you're fucked. So people are looking for other social media apps. Go to Caillou. Check it out. It's travel, lodging, friends, fucking hookups, all of it combined in one. You get to see them and the people are rated, which sounds filthy, but it's great. I wish people were rated to decide if I could enjoy their friendship or not.
Yeah.
You know? I wish it was like a fucking Dark Mirror episode. Or Black Mirror. Is it Black Mirror? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Black Mirror.
I get it wrong every time. But I'm a big fan of the show. But yeah, just look, download the Caillou app on iPhone or Android. It's free. Give it a shot. See if you like it or not. And I think we're doing a Drinkin' Bros live event with them in Fort Bragg next month.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we were working on that yesterday with Michael Squires and the boys, and trying to put something together soon. So we'll know shortly and get that out to the peeps. You wanted to shout out Clean Crawford's charity, which we're going to.
Clean Crawford, yes, we're going. It's May 6th. It's going to be in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep.
So Clean Crawford Foundation, which I don't know if so Clean Crawford, friend of the show.
Yep, friend
Lethal
of the show.
Weapon.
Plays rigs on Lethal
Awesome
Weapon.
dude.
One of
So
my best friends for close to 20 years.
Him and his wife started a foundation, which was the last event that we went to. That
Yes.
basically literally acts locally. So like backs any local charity in Alabama that is, has to do with veteran, military, anything like this. So they kind of give them an extra leg up is what their foundation is, essentially. Yes. So what they're doing, they're raising money. May 6th, they're going to do a pig out picnic, which is just like, it's like a family event, games, awesome barbecue, like whole pig, like the whole deal, games. And you get your tickets on cleancrawfordfoundation.org.
I believe, yes.
And go to events. It'll show you upcoming things, but it's called the Pig Out Picnic. We're going to be there. It's just going to be awesome at this place.
Yeah, we went to the last one, and God, it was gorgeous.
It was awesome.
It was like your
really
dream, charity foundation. They raised like $50,000-$60,000.
Yeah.
And what I love about these guys is that they're from Alabama, and if you're going to help out your community, it starts within. And the fact that they're going back and doing all these charities in Alabama, like again for veterans, for homeless, like
if more celebrities or people with a little bit of like a platform did that, literally just locally, like went to their hometown and were just like, who is doing stuff here that I can help? Like I can literally be here. He can show up to the events. He can show his face and not just be like, oh, I kind of helped that charity, or like I spoke for a second there. Like this is really, really actually helping out. And they have a list of all the charities that they help out, or that they like endorse, or that they like really feel vetted, basically, and feel are doing great things in their community. So this is going to be super fun, actually.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. Again, we'll be there. And a handful of, like there's I think more celebrities, doing things like this is great for their community. Like, JJ Watt in Houston helping out for the hurricane, and Deshaun Watson and those guys.
It's things that you're not going to get like a big thing on E! Entertainment where look who did this charity. You're not going to get a lot of fanfare. Like nobody even knows, locally they know. And when we tell people or people find it, they know about Clean Crawford Foundation, but they're not trying to put it out there to get fame. They literally just want
helping out their community.
Nobody may know about it except for in their area. Yeah. Which I think is awesome.
Which is great. So stoked to be there. Check it out. Buy a ticket if you wanna hang. Have some beers with me. Yeah. I will be there. Man, let's hop into the show, shall we? Let's do it. Let's do it. Got a big weekend. Big weekend. We're pre-taping this show. Mm-hmm. Taking my dad to the Masters for his birthday.
Nice. So nice.
65th birthday. And it was look, we've lived in Georgia for, I don't know, 18 years, whatever. He's lived there for 30 because they continue to live there after I went to college in LA and all that other stuff. And he's never been in the Masters. Never been in the Masters. And for his 65th birthday, it was always like a bucket list item. And, I want to try to do things before it's too late. I've lost a lot of family members. Not anything crazy like murder or something, but you lose a lot of family members, and you look back at things and you're like, fuck, I wish I would have did this, or I wish I would have gotten a chance to do this. This was that 1 year that I was, saving for, just saying, hey, great, on a 65th, like let's do it. Let's do it right. And we got super lucky because Tiger's back. He's playing great. He's the favorite in Vegas.
Yep.
He's the favorite in Vegas, and We got the Tea Times that just came out, and he's, you know me, not an early riser.
No
fan of that whatsoever.
No, yeah.
The fact that Tiger's teeing off at 1:30 on Friday.
Perfect. You can just pop open your eyes.
Pop open my little peepers.
Pop open your peepers, get a cup of coffee, and hit on down.
Yeah, have a couple afternoon drinks on the course and just enjoy it. I'm excited. I've never been. I've watched it every year of my life since I was a child. Never been. And even to me, it was kind of shocking. I was like, shit, I've never been. It's one of those things where... And I say it like it's kind of shocking for me because I've gotten invited to a lot of shit over the years, and it's been amazing. And I'm super grateful and lucky. This is one event, though, where they just don't give out tickets for this.
Oh, no.
It's all like family badges and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And so to be able to do it this year, I'm stoked.
You can't just buy your way in. Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not one of those.
Maybe you could. I don't know.
Well, it would be the fact where like it would be a thing where you would have to offer a family that has passed down like thing. You'd have to offer them personally.
Exactly.
It's not like the Masters. You can be like, hey, they're like, if you can find someone that will give you the badge, like,
great, yeah,
that's great. I don't care who you are.
And we tried because a friend of ours, when we were like, hey,
oh, yeah.
And they were like, no, Tiger's back, Mickelson's playing. Like, this is the most stacked field in years.
Someone in the family is always going to want to use it. Like, you're never going to be like, hey, none of us are using this.
What I found is this: when Tiger was hurt and wasn't playing in the last 3 or 4 Masters, I think. Look, the ratings were certainly down. I think people were more receptive to giving up their passes then. But, now the hype behind Tiger is massive, and everybody and their mother will be watching and being there and super stoked. My dad's awesome. My dad's really excited. So.
What a good son.
Oh. I want to talk about the Stranger Things lawsuits.
Okay.
That's going down right now. Did you hear about this?
No.
Hollywood, anything in the entertainment industry is you get sued a lot. I mean, a lot. I've been sued, I don't know, fucking 9-10 times at this point, or the production or the movie or whatever it is. 99% of the time it's frivolous. I've only sued a couple people myself, and because I understand how expensive lawsuits are and all this shit, and it drags out for years.
Right.
There's one movie we've been in on for 3 years now, and the insurance company, it deals with it, and good luck.
Right.
So that fine fellow fighting an insurance company for 3 years, but fuck it. Oh. But again, most of these, 99% of the time, are frivolous, and they're trying to get a quick cash grab. They know how much it is for to retain a lawyer and all that stuff. So they try to weigh the costs, and you go in and try to get cash. This one is about Stranger Things, and it's about the Duffer Brothers. Okay. That they stole the concept for Stranger Things. Okay. And typically, I blew this article off when I first read it. I was like,
you're like, whatever.
I was like, come on, man. You're going after the biggest show on the planet, and you're trying to get some money and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, fuck off, guys. Then it popped up again. And I was like, on Deadline, which is the super insider Hollywood site that I read every day. And I was just like, all right, if this is on Deadline, there must be something to this. So I was like, I'll dig a little deeper. These guys, the guy that's suing them claims that he pitched them this show to their faces at a cocktail party. Which again, I was like, what the fuck ever. But he had a short film.
First mistake.
He had a short film, and the title of it, of this short film, and the description of it, and everything that was in it.
Weird Things. It's called Weirder Things.
Close. It was called like the Montauk Project or something like that, right?
Oh,
and
kind of like that name.
Yes, and it was originally about a boy who got taken from Long Island, New York, living there. Yeah. And, the government was doing the tests nearby, and that you find out that there was fucking monsters and shit, and that took this kid and everything else. And that was the plot of it. And I was like, all right, maybe, because again, this has happened before. I was like, maybe this guy had a similar idea.
Right.
Similar short film that he had done years ago. and now is bringing it to light because it's close to Stranger Things.
Right.
And I was like, maybe you can toss that aside. Here's what's crazy is the what Stranger Things was originally sold as was called Montauk. And they dug up these casting calls from 2015, August 2015, and the series is called Montauk. And you're like, all right,
the Duffer Brothers pitched, or this other guy?
This is what this other guy pitched. This is what he shot. There was also a book.
Montauk.
And
Okay.
there was also a book in 1992 that was based on a similar thing as well. Did they get the right? Did this guy get the rights to that? What happened? I don't know. But this guy, his dates when he talked to the Duffer Brothers, matched it up. And saw the short film and they talked about it. That was the year before, and then magically it sold to Netflix. It's under the same name. They ended up changing the name to Stranger Things.
Yeah,
it was called Montauk. So I don't know. I like after reading that, I was like, shit.
It happens.
Oh, it happens a lot. So,
happens a lot. You go into these pitch meetings. It's happened to you.
A lot. It's happened to me
they go, no, we're good.
With a gigantic celebrity, one of the most famous people on the planet. I got into a lawsuit with it over that. The show came out, did not do well. Executives were fired who ended up stealing it. I didn't press further with it after that because I was fine with the executives getting fired, and the show bombed. So there was not really any money to go after at this point, but it fucked me for about 3 years. And I've gone through this, and it's just like, oh my God. So going through all of this suit, I was just like, this seems a little too coincidental. If nothing else, this guy with the short film and meeting them and all this other stuff, and whatever contact he's got through text or email or whatever else going forward, because we know that in a lawsuit really well, it's going to at least go to a jury. So either they're gonna pay. And what I found interesting about this is the guy isn't suing Netflix, which is usually what you do. Like you go after either Netflix and the people. He's just going after the Duffer Brothers. He's not suing Netflix. Because
did Netflix know?
No. And I guess that's what he's saying by just looking at this guy's lawsuit. Yeah. He's saying that Netflix didn't know that they went in and that these Duffer Brothers went in and pitched it. Yeah. And now,
oh my God,
now you're up against it. So this is going to be at least worthy of a grand jury trial. I'm curious to see the short film. But I heard what I had heard was Stranger Things was based on a book about some Montauk book back in like 1992. So
but this guy probably turned them onto it.
Yeah,
and the short film was based on that.
Did the writer then for the book get paid?
Yeah, because didn't they say based on in the Stranger Things? Doesn't it say based on a book or something like that? Yeah, it does. It does in Stranger Things in the credits.
Okay.
So that guy must have gotten, or girl or whatever, must have gotten something, yeah?
Sure. Yeah. If it says based on, then they got something for sure. Because you can license the rights to books and all that shit like we're attempting to do it now. And that's a hot thing to do right now is turn books into shows and movies. So I don't know. But when I read this, again... Dirty
little duffers, maybe.
I dismiss it, maybe.
They look a little bit scummy, the Duffer Brothers.
Are you looking at a photo of them?
Yeah. They look a little scummy, don't they?
I don't know. It all of this shit, it's one of those things where you don't think probably it'll ever happen. And then it does, and something blows up, and it's just, Robin Thicke lost that lawsuit the other day for that Blurred Lines.
Lost it because who was saying that?
The Marvin Gaye estates that he had taken the beat of it and the thing and they lost that lawsuit.
Shit. So he had to pay a bunch?
Oh yeah. He's got to give Marvin Gaye credit, and then the family gets part of that, and I think that song alone made something like $13 million.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The weird thing is your payouts from the studio at that point, the record label, have come through. What if you spent that money? What if you spent it?
Yeah. Well,
what do you do? how do you pay back that money?
Bankruptcy or something?
Yeah, look, a lot of people do, and that's what ends up happening. But crazy. You know what else is crazy is
crazy.
There's a porn place that's going out of business.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're selling everything. Everything must go. It says, Jables.
Okay.
Everything must go. And
okay,
what's on here is amazing. I'm gonna actually go ahead and read what's on here. There's a 6-foot human hamster wheel. It's a lot of torture stuff. It's a lot of. It looks like a giant warehouse that it's in, like a family business, which is nice. It's a porn studio. Sure, and it's used for it's not porn toys shoots and stuff, everything else. Guys. No, there is toys. Okay, but it's all like props that were used. Props, toys, everything in porn. Like hardcore porns? Yeah. Gross. If it's cleaned off, it's proper. It doesn't look cleaned off. What do you do with a 6-foot human hamster wheel is my question. What don't you do? Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. What do you, are you running in it? Whoever you're dominating is. So is that so you make them do that? I don't want to see anyone run sexually in a human hamster wheel, naked or any of that. Like that's like some like, hey, I've got like a slave in the basement type shit. Mm-hmm. Because they're just getting sweaty. That's running in a human hamster wheel. I would imagine is exhausting. Right. Haven't done it. Again, want to stress that. Haven't done it. You're clearly not into any bondage. No. Hardcore. Nope. Never. Okay. Never been a thing. Right. What about you? No. Oh, the way you said that was like, yeah. I'll give a click to anything. You know what I mean? I'll give a quick click. Unless it's like rape. Sure. Rape type stuff and like hardcore, like it really looks like they're actually not having a good time. But I'll give anything a little click-see on the thing. Sure. X video. Yeah, for sure. So I get where this would come from. I'm not super into it, but I saw a torture rack though. I did see a torture rack. Yeah, that I don't know. Very Braveheart, Mel Gibson-y type of thing. Yes. There was also a gynecologist chair. Yeah, that's a big one too. That I could see, because it's helping spread the legs, and like that one I can at least understand. Sure. Sure. Doctor, patients. Congratulations. That whole thing. Doctor, patient, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Clean bill of health. Time to give you the dick. Surgical exam tables. The surgical exam tables, though, that's a lot for me to get behind. I mean, I guess if you want to inspect, the person, really have a thorough job about it. Right. But you can't see the pictures, but it's very old and it looks cold, like very cold metal. Yeah. They're actual exam tables. Yeah, I did a movie once where I had to be naked on an exam table like this. Dead or whatever. Dead. And freezing cold. Why'd you have to actually no comfort whatsoever. The guy who was supposed to be naked in the scene, we didn't. Oh boy, this is gonna sound fucked up. We had to stuff a squirrel in his ass. He was uncomfortable with a squirrel being halfway into his ass. No. So originally I was like, all right, fuck it. Because we were getting short on time at the end of the night, and it was FDR American Badass, and I was like, I'll fucking get on the table. We got to get the shot. So I don't care. Just do it. And then last second, so I laid down on the table and I was like, let's get ready to shoot it. Last second, the guy comes up behind me and he's just like, all right, I got the squirrel into my ass. Can we just make this quick, as quick as possible? And I was like, oh yeah. So I had to hop down, and I was in like this haunted hospital, and then I'm laying on this fucking old cold. It looked identical to this gurney, and super uncomfortable. Nothing fun sexually about this whatsoever, unless you're trying to make the person uncomfortable. Yeah, and that's a lot of what this fetish is making people uncomfortable. The dental chair, though, I'm having a hard time with, because you really can't maneuver anything on this.
That's just straight up torture time.
Yeah, that's just...
Oh, look at the old wheelchair.
There's an old FDR wheelchair from Roosevelt's days.
This is less porny as it goes.
Well,
as it goes through,
with
guys.
the wheelchair, I now understand because Russell Brand was into wheelchair porn and was just like, all right, there is some bondage domination shit where, you're a woman's getting in the wheelchair and then driving over somebody's dick and balls.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Sure.
And it's like, whoa, what the wheelchair porn's next level shit that I can't even comprehend.
No, and I have never given that a click-see.
Yeah. There's a fake bank vault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As it goes down, you're kind of like, okay, now it's just like weird old stuff, like in this dungeon, like weird dungeon stuff, basically.
And the last on this list that made me laugh is there's probably 20, 30 fans and space heaters, which those I get in a proper porn.
Oh, yes.
On set.
Space heaters, lamps.
Yeah, you're going to need proper lighting. You're going to need fans.
Art department.
All that other shit. Yeah. Because it's either too hot or too cold in there.
Right.
And, you got to keep the temp right for the actors. So
sure.
Those I get. The dental chair, I shake my head at. I don't know what you do with the dental chair. At no point during lovemaking in my entire life have I ever said to myself, man, you know what would have really brought this to the next level is if she was in a dental chair.
Right.
And maybe I pulled out one of her teeth.
Right.
Never in my life was I like, oh, great.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
Yeah. Or unless you're going to put them out all together, like, hey.
All the teeth?
No. Put the patient out.
Oh, okay.
Man or woman, I'm using air quotes here for the video show. You can see those air quotes.
Sure.
If you're going to put your significant other, man or woman, you're going to be the dentist. And you're going to put your patient under, have sex with them, and then wake them up back in the chair and be like, hey, you were fucked while you were sleeping.
Sure.
So, sorry about it. And that's part of your thing. Maybe you videotape that, watch it later, and show that to the victim who is unconscious. And now, if that's what you're into, boy, there's so much work involved in something like that. I don't. Yeah. That's just too much time. The hamster wheel, too much time and energy. Like, fuck.
Yeah, it really is such a production with these things and these fetishes. I mean, it's such a ordeal.
Yeah.
It seems like such a long day. I mean, I'm busy.
Yeah.
You?
I don't know anyone else who has this amount of time to just give a quick 10-minute jog on the old hamster wheel.
No, but to make the appointment, the time to meet up in this dungeon and be putting on your latex or whatever, and for hours just be tortured.
Yeah, some of our on the first responders show that we did, the call-in show, one of the first responders called in and said that he had to pull somebody out of a dungeon because they were choking and shit got really fucked up. But
because of sexual stuff.
Oh yeah, and it was here's the crazy thing. It was in a barn. They had a barn behind their house, and their kids were in the other house. And
listen, I mean, I don't fetish shame. Fetish.
Yeah,
shame.
Fetish shame. Sure.
Do your thing. Be safe.
Same.
Have a safe word.
Yep.
I don't care.
Safe word of the day is Montauk.
Yeah. Personally, I just,
can't get down on it.
Yeah, I'm getting uncomfortable.
I know you are.
Talking about porn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seems like such a long time.
It does.
And I'd rather just go eat.
Yeah.
And drink.
Yeah. You like to call it an Olive Garden night. You'd like to call it an Olive Garden.
Yeah, God. And it's just I hate making, as soon as I make plans anyways, I'm regretting it. Right. I can't imagine being sure, I'll meet you in the dungeon for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then being oh, I have that fucking dungeon thing.
Yeah, for 8 hours today.
I have that dungeon thing today. And it's ugh.
Yeah.
Psych yourself up for that.
For the dungeon. Because you got to get prepared mentally and physically for the dungeon.
Mentally, physically.
Spiritually,
you gotta have all your stuff, all your props,
all your props. That's
all
right.
Your oils,
cleaned,
and lubes,
sterilized,
clean.
All of it. That's
You've got to be
clean.
Oy. Oi! I'm busy.
We barely have enough time for you to pull a proper crime corner together.
This is interesting.
Are you doing one today? Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we have time?
I
wasn't going to, but it's
Crime Corner. Crime Corner.
So, didn't plan this, but bogus dentist accused of
Stop it.
of kissing buttocks of woman with toothache. Couple things with this.
Here we go.
A couple things.
The hard-hitting
There's a
crime
couple
corners.
things. Now, when you talk about going through all the trouble, which, sorry, like, as you were saying it, I was like, oh my gosh, like thinking of this guy. 47-year-old man who's been accused of posing as a dentist, treating a woman for a toothache, and kissing her buttocks after administering an injection. So in this Hollywood apartment... This guy, John Cazazos,
I'm never going to be friends with him.
Sure. Was arrested and charged with practicing dental hygiene without a license.
Oh.
Which he's gotten busted for a couple times. If there's one thing, there's a couple things that you can do, I think, without a license.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, a couple things, right? Like, you would probably work on my car without like going to mechanic school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's like
amateur tattoo artists.
You could do my hair because you've like done hair a bunch and you don't have a license, but you've like done it enough.
Right.
Amateur what?
Amateur tattoo artists.
Sure. Like you don't need a license to do that. I'm not going to be like, hey, dentist, I want to see the credentials. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I want to see your certificates and degrees. Because that's not something you just wing.
No.
Right?
No, it's not.
So he set up this whole dentist like office in his apartment in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So the lady, there's a lot of mistakes here too. There's a lot of things where you're like, don't go up into the hotel room. So she goes into the apartment building, it's fully an apartment, and walks in, and it's like a makeshift waiting room has been made, and like he's turned it into this like weird dentist office. She's the only one there.
I applaud the effort.
Sure, she's the only one there. He's charging her $65. Okay, so all of that, there's like as a woman, you'd have to be like, I see a couple red flags here, right?
What did the woman look like? Is there a photo of her?
There's not a photo of her, but
that would have been nice.
You could probably guess like what her demographic maybe.
If you show up in someone's house.
In their apartment.
Yeah.
Apartment.
Yeah.
Inside an apartment building in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That they've turned into a dentist office.
Yep.
Probably not well either. Like they probably didn't do a great job.
You know what's
You're the only one there. You're being charged $65. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out because you're going to be
I got my teeth whitened at somebody's house. Should I
whitening? You don't need a license for that. In my mind, that's like a cosmetic thing where it's like you can wax my eyebrows without a license. Like I'm not gonna like freak out.
You know what it was? I was at the creator of Judge Judy's house, and it was his wife's sister, and I was inside the house, and there was a brief moment in time where I was like, I
feel very vulnerable. Yeah, you're very vulnerable in those chairs or whatever.
Yeah. But I didn't go under, obviously. It's just quick teeth whitening. Look, it turned out to be on the up and up. But if you're getting dental work done, probably not the best idea. Why did he kiss her ass?
Well, I guess he examined her mouth and applied a paste to relieve the pain. And then he administered an injection in the woman's buttocks to alleviate the toothache. Yeah. And then kissed her buttocks.
Well, don't you always kiss after an injection? Like, it's kind of like
my doctor does, and I don't know, is that I just thought it was normal. Yeah. Just like,
Yeah, every time that I've gotten measured, because usually you go in, they measure and weigh you. I usually get blown. And man or woman, it's just kind of.
So the main thing with this is the price. $65, I say. Bit pricey. That's the real crime. No.
Sounds like a steal to
Sounds
me.
like everything was fine up until the price. Right?
Well, is there a date on there? Is there a date on this article?
I mean, I go into the archive. But it's
sure.
2012.
But what's
2012.
What month was the article?
November.
Oh, so it was ass-eating season.
Oh.
So we can at least we can at least chalk that up to, all right.
Yeah.
He was in season. At least he might have, been kissing her ass and all that shit, but he was in season at least.
Right.
So he's not disgusting. He's not fully disgusting.
Right.
It was ass-eating season. So
it just seems like also like a lot to go through for a little kiss on the butt.
Yeah.
Making a whole waiting room in your apartment.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of the whole thing. Yeah.
Just get a prostitute. A lot of these things, I'm just like, why don't you get someone that will do this and you pay them?
I think if you're going to that level of
you have issues, probably
not issues, but you have extreme fetishes where you need a stranger. You need someone you want that
like
power.
Cosby.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get a hooker?
That will endlessly shock me.
But do you know what I mean? Why don't you just get a hooker? Because you wanted them to be.
Yes.
Because that was part of your fetish. I see what you're saying. So it's it needed to be someone that thought they were a patient.
Yeah,
but
thought he was a dentist.
All those different levels to the fetish. It's come on.
Because he probably got off on talking to her like a dentist, being a dentist, and
all
just being look, this is what we do every time. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to need you to turn over. By the way, anybody out there who's going to a dentist, if they ever
they don't do it in the butt.
No, they don't put injections.
Put an injection in your
butt.
It would definitely be in your arm if they're putting you out.
Yep.
Or and they don't alleviate tooth pain through the butt, you guys. So just so you know,
they could.
Listen, depending on what it was, I mean, she probably got pains alleviated, but
a lot of people have said during ass-eating season that it's sometimes it's to help others alleviate pain, Jessie.
Yeah.
So that's something you should consider. Yeah. But again, that was a really hard-hitting crime corner.
It really.
Crime corner. You're really doing it, Jables. And your fans are starting to stack up. We're at 9.
Oh my gosh,
Crime
9?
Corner. Yeah, Crime Corner. 9.
You guys.
Our show rose to number 3 on the comedy charts on iTunes.
Because of Crime Corner? That's so awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you.
A bunch of people wrote in. They were like, it's because of Crime Corner.
Oh, yeah. By a bunch.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It was Joe Rogan. Was one. Yeah. Joe Rogan was 1. I forget.
He loves
Making Your Murder Show was 2.
Making My Murder Show? You mean Sword and Scale?
No. Fuck. The murders.
The murders?
Come on, Jess. You're the podcast queen.
Serial?
No.
What?
They have a million shows, a million murder shows.
Okay.
How to make a murder, how to get away with murder, or.
Yeah.
You've got to know this one, Jessie.
It's a podcast?
Oh, my God. You're the podcast queen. Now I got to get on and look this up.
I'm sorry. Jeez. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know.
This pains
I don't know
me.
What's happening.
Worst producer of all time. And all you do is listen to podcasts. People who don't know you, all you do is listen to podcasts 24 hours a day. You've got it on all day long. My Favorite Murder.
Oh, My Favorite Murder.
God,
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah.
There are so many murder ones though. My favorite is Sword and Scale. That's why I was like, oh.
But My Favorite Murder is ahead of Sword and Scale.
I know.
So
you're ahead of everyone.
That's what I'm saying. And you don't like that. You didn't know that. We're 3, but we were number 3.
It wasn't jogging.
Rogan 1. My Favorite Murder 2. Us 3. You didn't know the murder show. God, there is days where I wish I knew a good GC, a good general contractor who could repair that glass ceiling and that it was never broken. That it was never, ever broken.
You put an ad out after today looking for
a man, a strong man.
Looking for a man seeking man.
Yeah.
Looking for a male producer editor,
just who's good at
sound
Google.
engineer.
Just who's good at Google.
Just
That's
Google.
Just
could we just hire a Googler?
We could.
Hey guys.
If we get rich enough to hire a Googler, it would be the greatest thing up. We have a Googler on Drinking Bros podcast.
I would become obsolete.
You'd still be here.
Because I do Google.
You're hot. You're super attractive. So
thanks.
The eye candy element is irreplaceable.
Sure.
The rest of it completely replaceable. The eye candy element is that's the big one, you know? Keep you around for your looks. Again, that's what women are for.
Right. If you hire sure. If you hire a Googler.
Yeah.
A Googler? A Googler, then I can just like sit by him and not say anything. Would that be good?
Would you want it to be like a midget of some sort who could just whisper that into your ear and then you can say it and you can take the credit for it? Or I mean, it's a video show, so people would see the person.
So that I could just like when I look down like this. Yeah. You guys know what I'm doing.
Yeah, seeing the little person.
Yeah, and he's giving me the Google answers. What's happening?
With that, let's get to the revolutionary figure of the day, shall we?
We shall.
This one's going out to Bobby Jones. The idea for the Masters, Augusta National, started with Bobby Jones, one of the greatest golfers of all time. And you know who played Bobby Jones in the movie?
Oh, who?
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. LaBeoufenstein.
LaBeouf.
No, actually, that's not true. I think he played Bobby Jones in the movie. Yes, he played against Bobby Jones in the movie.
He was playing someone else.
Yeah, I think Bobby Jones was played by Jesus. It was Jim Caviezel played Bobby Jones. Yeah. There was a movie that Disney did that I liked about a kid who was an amateur who played Bobby Jones in a tournament, and that kid was Shia LaBeouf. But Bobby Jones was actually Jim Caviezel, Jesus, who is reprising his role as Jesus. You know they're making another one.
Really?
Yeah, they're making another one, and it'll blow the fuck up too. Guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
Guarantee it. Christian movies are on fire right now. Box office is doing real well. There was one that opened up 2 weeks ago at 17.7 million.
The Lord is trending.
Yeah. Last but not least, I want to give it a shout out to the movie Blockers. Go see it this weekend. My best friends in the entire world, Jim Kehoe and Brian Kehoe, wrote the film, and that fucking thing took 6 or 7 years. Couldn't be more happy and or proud of them. They truly deserve it. And that is the best reviewed comedy that I've seen in 5 years. Who knew with John Cena? Who fucking knew?
But the script must have been that good.
Script is great. The movie, everybody's saying this is the funniest comedy in like 5 years.
It looks like it.
And that it changed. It's the first like good teen sex comedy since American Pie.
Yeah.
So I'm amped to go see it this weekend and support my bros, support the Kehoe bros. And if you're on Instagram, go to Jim Kehoe and just tell him congratulations on Blockers. Looking forward to seeing that this weekend. Fun show, Jables. Looking into how much that 6-foot hamster wheel is.
Yeah.
Just to have. You never know. You never know.
Again, I'm too busy.
Too busy for the hamster wheel.
Too busy for any of that bondage.
What if somebody sent that into the P.O. box? Somebody bought that.
Holy shit.
And sent you the 6-foot hamster wheel to the P.O. box.
Because we have the box that like I have to go and like press the button to get the package.
Yeah. Like every P.O. box in America. Yeah.
And they have to
wheel out a 6-foot human hamster wheel.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Ma'am, what's in the box? Oh, yeah. That's just 6-foot human hamster wheel. No bigs. Don't
fetish shame me.
Oh, for Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good night.